Go live. Wait for it. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chronic Pain for the January 31st edition. I know there's only the two of us right now, but we'll see how many other people show up and join in. So, what did you want to talk
Yeah.
about today, Nina?
Mm, well, today is a bad day for me. I've
Yeah. Go
been
ahead
sleeping
and
a lot.
talk about it. What
Been,
what
been sleeping a lot. It was my mom's birthday today.
Oh, wow. Yeah, birthdays are hard when you lose someone.
Yep.
And if you remember the death days are hard for people too.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
remember the date. I remember her birthday.
Well, lucky enough, my mother's birthday is just a few days after my uncle's. So all the
Mm,
drama that we went through on my uncle's birthday was plenty enough to carry me through. I didn't even have to think about my mom's birthday in November.
yeah, that's good.
And because my dad died just on Christmas Day and his birthday was just 2 days afterwards, I didn't have to. I wrapped all that grief up into one day too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. And then, of course, my back hurts. But
Yeah, yeah, I know that feeling. Oh, that whatever disease I might have, and I'm still going to call it multiple sclerosis until a doctor gives me another diagnosis. But whatever disease I have, it's causing so much trouble with my back, and because it's up to my mid spine, it's wrapping around to my guts. I mean,
mm,
what in the last 14 months, I've lost 70 pounds, and that's
wow.
not because I don't eat and not because I don't drink. It's because I can't eat and I drink too much. so
Yeah, there. Mm,
so
that
there's your
is
thing right there. It's like, okay, you got to deal with chronic pain, and since the VA is not giving me narcotics, I got to do something. I drink too much and I don't eat. Thank you very much, VA.
yeah, really. They should be giving you guys pain pills.
I really was a teetotaler when I was on pain pills. Like three
Yeah.
Percocet a day is what I was taking, and they were 5 milligram Percocet. So I don't understand why the VA is not. I'll pee in a cup every month if you'll give me the 5 milligram Percocet.
Yeah.
I had to do that for the last 2 years I was on it. So yeah, of course I'll pee in a cup anytime. Just give me the Percocet. 90 pills a month. That's all I need, and I could be a functional member of society. Instead, they go, "Oh no, Percocet's bad because it's an opioid, and we've been overprescribing it." And I go, "Okay, fine. Percocet is bad. So what am I supposed to do? Go
Over.
out, go out and buy 5 liters of wine, and I drink it in 3 days. Okay, well, congratulations, VA. I'm not on Percocet."
No. I don't understand that. The government's really screwed up.
You know, I go to the VFW and I sing karaoke once a month at the VFW.
Yeah.
And I sing karaoke every Saturday night on Rambling Canucks channel, which
Hmm.
you know, okay, so three out of the 4 weeks in a month, I'm singing karaoke. That's two, three, 4 beers, right? Or
Hmm.
2 or 3 glasses of wine or something like that.
Yeah.
Why would the VA begrudge me 3 to 4 glasses of wine per week versus 3 to 4 glasses of wine every single day?
Yeah.
Because all they see is me drinking. They don't see that when I was on Percocet, I didn't drink. They
Yeah.
don't see that. Oh no.
No. Yep.
It's
They
a
don't
catch
see that.
22, unfortunately, at this point. It's like I can't live with the pain, so I drink, but I would
Yeah.
prefer to be on the Percocet so that I wouldn't have to drink, so that I could deal with the pain.
Yeah. Well, what Nora has gotten me really helps my pain, and that's Arthroban.
Does Jedi Bill not have the link for this, or does Jedi Bill not want to participate?
I don't know what Jedi Bill is doing. I don't really care.
Well, I just hear him in the background, that's all.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't want to participate, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, what are you on that is helping with your pain?
It's called Arthroban.
Arthroben?
Arthroban. Arthroben.
Arthroben. What is that?
Yeah. It's a natural.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
I take leg cramp pills. Right?
I
It's
do that
literally
too.
in every grocery store you can find it. It's labeled leg
Yeah.
cramp. And I take those
Yeah.
because it helps. I can actually digest food when I take the leg cramp pills.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I take natural leg
And it
cramp.
is. It's an herbal medicine. So
Yeah.
yeah. That's a good thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I think
like.
you know what? I think I only gave you and Jedi Bill the link, actually.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure how to link this StreamYard though.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's put it on as a banner.
There you go.
I guess I can put it on as a ticker. No. How do I pin it to the top?
I don't know that either.
Egads. I need Jedi Bill's smarts.
Let me see if I can get a hold of them. My phone.
Well, you know what? I'll just put it in the chat right now because
Okay.
what the hell? I'll pin it later. But again, this is just for chronic pain. If you want to talk about, if you are in chronic pain and you want to talk about it, go ahead and come on the panel. And we will talk about it because it is.
Mr. CCDB just needed some help. Okay. Okay. I think, did you send a link on Twitter for Bill?
Well, it's in the chat. He can copy it from the chat at this point.
It's in the chat. Okay. Okay. Bye. He'll be here in a minute or so.
All right. So, you know, I do these for folks who are in chronic pain and actually want to talk about it. Because I understand, you know, I've been to all of the alternative medicine shops and seminars and everything else. And I've gotten acupuncture and I've gotten chiropractic help and I've gotten meditation help and everything else. And I can tell you right now, if you're out there chopping wood going, oh, you're not going to sit down in a tri-leg position going,
Yeah, really.
Because you need to chop this wood to get the kindling out there.
Yeah.
It really is kind of annoying the way that, hey, Jedi Bill.
How's it going?
It is kind of annoying, when you're out there on the property, you've got 5 acres to take care of. So you've got raking to do, and you've got log pulling to do, and you've got wood chopping to do, and all of that. And you're going, oh my God, my body can't handle this. My body can't handle this. Am I going to sit down and cross my legs and go, I'm not going to sit down and cross my legs and go, I'm not going to take those little pins and shove them in my ears and take those pins and shove them in my back going, let's get this wood chopping done. Whee!
Yeah. So what did you need Bill's help with?
Pinning the StreamYard to the top of the chat. So anybody who shows up, if they show up tonight.
Later.
I know it's Monday night. It's not super popular
What was that?
streaming night. So
He needs help.
well, you're the co-host, right? It goes back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So you can pin the StreamYard link to the top of the chat, right? Or just tell me how to do it. One or the other.
You gotta go in the YouTube chat and pin it.
Oh, the YouTube chat. That's right.
The YouTube chat. You go on
The
click
three
on the
buttons.
The three dot.
Yeah.
And that's how you pin.
No. I've got manage moderators, participants, pop out chat, toggle timestamps, and send feedback. So apparently I can't do that either. Huh, weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Well, at least I can pop out the chat if I ever need to.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't expect I'll ever get that popular. Manage moderators. Wow. Yeah. No, I can't even pin to the chat. Oh well. The link is still there.
Yeah.
And since there's only 4 people watching, and I'm assuming 3 of us are on the panel.
Yeah. I suppose so.
Yeah.
So,
Bill?
Bill, are you experiencing chronic pain as well?
Am I what?
Experiencing chronic pain.
No, I have a cold. Well, I always have
that's
pain.
not chronic pain. That's
I always
momentary
have
pain.
I always have pain though. I mean, I just
you know what? I'm not going to minimize minor pains, like joint pains and things is what I suspect that you're talking about, right? Like knees, elbows, things like that.
Back.
And I'm not going to minimize that because that is generally the most chronic pain that other people.
It's because you could hear me in the screening room because I had my mic over there.
Is someone watching a movie? I'm confused.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. CCTV. I'm in multiple places at once. I'm with you here, and I'm also with Raquel on her stream.
Okay. Well, you don't have to stay here. I mean,
I'm talking to multiple people at once.
The reason I'm doing chronic pain is because
I have lots of voices in my head.
The reason I'm doing chronic pain is because Nina
the
requested
voices in my
it.
head are people, real people. I mean, not the ordinary voices in my head that I normally hear.
At least you hope the voices in your head are people.
Yeah.
Bill?
No, the reason I'm doing a chronic pain is because Nina requested one. So
Hold on. Yeah, you need to let your dog out, please.
So Jedi Bill needs to leave both streams so that he can let his dog out.
I'm not getting up. I got a
Yeah,
cat
yeah,
in my lap.
You got Eagle Rider waiting in the backstage.
Hey,
before you
we
go.
got Eagle Rider. What's up,
There
lady?
he comes.
Been in a lot of pain, and then I signed on to Twitter, and then I've got into a flame war with people I never thought I'd fight with because I weird day. Weird day as a gothic girl.
You know, it seems
I'll-
that every
I'll be
weekend I
back.
come off of these days. All right, see you later, Jedi Bill.
Be back, okay?
It does feel like this happen every time I'm coming down from this. Well, I'll just
You know,
be
this
flat
is-
out honest.
This has been a strange Monday for me because I got paid, right? So I got paid my disability through the VA, and I paid all my bills today, and I made sure as many of them as I could set up for auto pay.
Roboting bad.
Mhm.
Jedi Bill, are you still talking to someone else?
Hey, Parrothead. No, I'm talking to you. I am.
Am I
only
roboting?
talking to
Not to
you
me, you're
and
not.
Everybody here. You were.
Okay.
It sounded like you were.
Bill, you need to let your dog out.
Oh, I need to let the dog out. Okay.
So yeah, coming off this weekend, coming into a payday and all of that, it just seems like Monday's gone by so fast. So fast. Like I don't even work anymore and Monday's still gone already. You know, it's weird. I slept for like 8 hours last night and then I went and took a nap for another 4 hours. So I think that may be one of the reasons that Monday's gone.
Yep, well, that's good that you got some sleep.
You know what? It's one of those things where I can't sleep for several days, and then I can do nothing but sleep for several days, and it just keeps oscillating that way. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yep,
My life would
not
probably be a
good.
little easier if I could get the sleeping days. I get the not sleeping days a lot. Just no, I was also starting to tell you, I did not ever anticipate ending up in a freaking flame war with Elvira and her fans.
Oh, I think I saw a little bit about that on Twitter.
She has gone psycho pro censorship, to trying to push businesses into firing people, to doing petitions to bully them, to attacking fans if they say this isn't the way to deal with it.
You know what? My pop culture center is just, it's pegged to the red all the time. So I just, don't
I
even
know,
go
but that
into
one
it
that one
anymore.
still hurts as a gothic girl because we're supposed to be against censorship and going along with the mainstream pop culture.
Well, there you go. There's your problem.
Arrgh.
Conform.
Hell with that shit. I'll just
No.
bitch her out and tell her she's only famous because of her tits.
You know, the reason I do the chronic pain stream is so that people in our sphere of influence can come on and talk about, you know.
I know.
Maybe
Well,
a
the thing
friend
is that I think
like-
part of it is for me why I end up with some of these wars is because if I'm in pain, if I'm in stress, if I can't move around much, yeah, I will deal with the other arguments and fights because it's a distraction.
Yeah,
Is that
fair
weird?
enough. Yeah, no, I get that. I totally do. And when I'm in pain and can't move, I do tend to be more on Twitter than usual. But I do try to stay upbeat and snarky, sarcastic versus, you know, confrontational. But that's just a personal choice of mine.
Well, my stuff is all snarky and sarcastic. It just apparently offends them because it is.
Yeah, I learned a lot about sarcasm and snark when I was in the army. You know, learning how to temper it so it sounds funnier than it comes out sometimes.
I have
You
a
know,
very
I was in
gothic sense of humor, which means it's very twisted and sardonic and tends to kind of hit below the belt. But
I
that's
was
just
in
me.
contracting school at Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas, and my instructor was also a snarky, sarcastic guy. So we got along really well. And one day in class, he said something, and I said something back, and what I said came out really mean and not funny and sarcastic in any way. And I said, "Oh my God, Staff Sergeant, I'm so sorry. I did not mean it to come out as harsh as it sounded." And he said, "You know what? You got to take the chance. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't." And it didn't work that day, but yeah, we went back and forth for the entire 8 weeks I was in contracting school. It was fun. I really miss him actually as one of my instructors. We were basically the same rank. I think he may have been one E grade higher than me, but we were pretty much the same rank. Hello, Eastland Burkholder and Parrot Head. Thank you for joining us, everybody. No, Jedi Bill, you're welcome to go back to your TV watching thing. Whatever it is you're watching. There's no need. Since I put the link in the chat instead of pinning it to the top, I think I can keep doing that if the chat ever actually gets full. But considering my pain streams tend to not draw a lot of business, I'm not too worried about it. I don't know. I'm too inconsistent with what I post, I think, is what the problem is. But again, I'm on here for me, not for, monetization or anything like that. So I really don't care. If Nina needs someone to talk to, hey, I'm here. If Eagle Rider needs someone to talk to, I'm here. You just need to DM me. I'll go live anytime. If I'm available, I'll go live anytime.
Yeah. How is your uncle doing?
Oh, he's doing great, actually. He had the second cataract surgery last week. And
Good.
tomorrow, we are going to go and see the eye doctor to see what prescription he has to wear for glasses. But he's seen better in the last week than he's seen in the last 6 years. So it's like he actually recognizes me when I come out of the room now instead of waiting for me to talk, so he knows who he's talking to.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So he actually recognizes me now. That's a good thing. But yeah, seeing him without glasses for the last 4 days has been kind of odd.
Yep, that can happen.
Well, his most recent prescription took into account the cataracts. So when he wore his glasses, he could see enough to get around the house. It's scary as hell when I let him drive. But they are his cars after all.
Yep.
But now he can see more clearly than he has in years. So he's happy. And we're going to go see what kind of pair of glasses he needs tomorrow, and whether he needs to keep putting the antibiotic drops in his eyes, that kind of thing, So we'll see. I got an hour to the nearest town to get to doctor's appointments and things. That's a long drive, but I can do it. I can do it sober too. Maha.
Yep. I'm glad your uncle's doing good.
Oh, a migraine lasting since Saturday night. I'm so sorry, Eastland Burkholder. That sounds terrible. I've had migraines that have lasted like 6 hours, and I go, oh my god, that is like you have to curl up in a dark room with an ice pack on your neck. That kind of migraine, that when my ex-wife used to say, "I have a migraine," I go, "Yeah, you have a headache. Take a couple of aspirin, you'll be fine."
I don't know about that because I'll say it and act like I'm fine, and it's worse than normal migraines because I get the epileptic ones, which is like if you took a normal migraine and you intensified it and then you stuck your head in a vice with a sinus infection. That's about what the epileptic ones feel like.
Right, but you have to understand that there are people out there who, if they
Oh no!
stub their toe, it's like they broke their foot.
God, I know. We had these. I worked in a clothing boutique for a while, and I would be standing there under those fluorescent lights with these freaking migraines going, my muscles throbbing in agony, and I would be moving clothing racks and working, and these girls would come in from school for their shift going, I don't want to work. I have a headache. That test was hard. Come here, little girl. Come here. Let me show you what her pain is. I mean, I'm just saying, when you heard that, there was this visceral reaction of wanting to reach out and choke them till they knew what pain was. Not to say I would do it, but part of me wanted to.
Yeah, I get migraines, but then of course when I know I got the headache, I take my migraine pill. Usually I get it right away.
Yeah, the ones that dissolve under your tongue.
No, it's a pill.
Oh, okay. I had the ones that dissolve. Maxalt, I think, is what I was taking. When one of my neurologists swore up and down that I was having migraines. So every time my left side would go bad, go numb and not work properly, I would take one of those. My left side was bad, and my head hurt, and I had high blood pressure. I'm pretty sure I don't have migraines. Thank you very much. So I stopped taking those. But yeah, it's weird. The migraine pills that they give you, especially the ones that melt under your tongue, they increase your blood pressure to try and get blood through the brain and more oxygen into the brain. Well, that wasn't the problem that I was having. Turns out, neurological symptoms, which my most recent neurologist said is not multiple sclerosis, or I don't think it's multiple sclerosis, but it's like, okay, I don't care what it is, just, help.
What exactly is the symptom you're talking about, CC?
When I lose the ability to move my left side, that's when I would take a Maxalt and melt it under my tongue. It would increase my blood pressure, but I still couldn't move my left side, and I had high blood pressure and a headache after I took the Maxalt. So it's like, I don't have migraines. Thank you very much.
Have they actually done thorough scanning on your spinal column?
Yeah, the last spinal MRI I had showed 3 dark spots.
Yeah, they need to investigate that, because what you're talking about, the one side going inoperable like that, is usually a sign of something being pressed wrong in the nerves in the spine.
Right, or a nerve going bad with a lesion on it.
Yeah, and if that's in the spine and it goes untreated, that can paralyze.
Oh, I'm fully aware. I can barely walk most days, and some days I can't walk at all. So
this one I'm fixating on because what you're describing goes to what my mom went through, and she had to have surgery to remove a semi-benign tumor from her inside her spinal column.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, I don't care if it's multiple sclerosis or not. If it is multiple sclerosis, then I can live with that. if it's not multiple sclerosis, if it's treatable, I want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
But my most recent neurologist says, well, I don't see any reason why we need to do more tests. And I go, well, F you then. I'm out. Bye. That's a 3-hour drive to see a neurologist. And then he says,
It
well,
seems like
I
you
don't think
need
it's
to
anything
get
bad.
it.
And I go, for 15 years? I mean, even if it really were in my head, even if it really were in my head,
You
by
need
this
another
point,
neurologist.
it should have gotten so bad that I can't walk ever. So even if it is just it's not. There are actual lesions on my spine because they don't flare under a contrast MRI. Then they're just black spots on my spine that had never been there before, mind you. So it just annoys me that a neurologist will not take all of the evidence and go, well, even if it's not MS, we still need to find something wrong with this guy. He won't do it. He just said, there's no point in doing further testing on this guy. So
Will they
I'm
give
frustrated.
you another one? Will they send you
He will
to
not
a
order another
different one?
MRI. No. Well, I don't know how many neurologists are in the Bay Area that the VA covers. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know who to go to. I can contact the patient advocate, I guess.
Why don't you do that? This is just stupid.
I don't know. Sometimes I just don't want to make waves. Sometimes I just
Well,
want to keep living my life the way it is.
I understand that, but if you want to know what's going on, you gotta push them. Say, look, I want to know what's going on. So,
Okay, let's see. What does that say? I feel like choking people who go to work and then call Toy a troublemaker when they do not do the job. I don't really know what that means.
I don't either.
I mean, I quit my job at the Grand Canyon Railway because I was stumbling and falling on the railroad tracks, which is a very bad thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, well, first of all, it's bad for me because I may fall and stumble on the railroad tracks at a very bad time. It's also bad for the company because that may mean that they are liable through their insurance company. I'm sure they have insurance to pay me out workman's comp or something like that. So instead of going through all that, I just quit, right? Because I was basically working there to pay child support. That's basically why I was working there. Also because I wanted to work. I didn't want to be just the guy who lives the guy who just lives in a trailer or something like that. Well, fool me 3 times, I guess. 3 years later, I'm living in a trailer. But anyway, so I quit the railway, and then, of course, that's a good thing. Ironically, because my brother and my mom were sick. My mom died. My brother is still living in my house, and I'm living. And then my aunt died, and so now I'm living with my uncle. So it's weird the way life kind of just congeals sometimes for some people, and for me, it has congealed into kind of this perfect area where I can be the guy who drops everything and goes and lives with a family member who needs help. It's weird. It's strange. It's not what I intended when I left the army, but well, whatever. I've been caring for and taking care of people for, I guess, my entire adult life at this point.
Yeah, I took care of my sister and my mom the best I could. And Nora did help. I mean, Nora took Trudy in and out for vitamin C IVs that didn't work and other things. And then she did that, and then with Mama, she would do part of the cooking. I would cook, or we would go out. But Nora did most of things like going to the store. I could not. And then I had to be there for Mama. And then Nora would do the books and all that. So,
Yeah. And this is what Eastland Burkholder meant. People are not doing their job. Others point it out or ask them to do it. And you're a troublemaker. Right. That's not the office situation that I lived in, but yes, I've heard that multiple times. Like, really? Just like I can knock out 6 contracts in a day, and you're still stuck on one contract for $2,000? Are you kidding me? just get it done, for God's sake. What the hell are you waiting on? One contract, and I've done 6 in the same time it took you to do 1. Okay, fine. That's an office situation I don't want to be in anymore. It annoys the shit out of me. It really does. So I understand that, and I disagree with that. Well, I agree with the sentiment that Eastland Burkholder's putting up, but I disagree with the culture that allows that. That is insane. I was put out of the army, and those people who could just barely do 1 contract in a day are still working at Fort Irwin. And it drives me absolutely up a wall that they're still there. And I got separated from the army without retirement. That pisses me off. I'm still angry about it. Yes.
Why don't you get retirement?
They evaluated my ankle only, not my neurological symptoms. And so they gave me a 10% disability rating leaving the army, which meant I got severance pay. Of course, I was married at the time and she spent it all, but I got severance pay instead of a monthly annuity for retirement. So that's how it works. You had to have 30% disability rating from the army to get medically retired. So I was medically separated, not medically retired.
Well, I'm telling you, I don't know.
Well, it is what it is. I'm 100% permanent and total through the VA. So I do get my disability check every month, and my kids get to go to school for free. Their tuition is paid for. They only have to pay for, if they live on campus, they have to pay for their dorm room. So my kids are set. They go to college for free.
That's great.
Yeah. Which a lot of people don't get to make that brag, you know? Like, I own a house, I own a truck, I own a trailer, and my kids get to go to college for free. Even if I don't have a lot in savings, that's, a successful life for a lot of Americans. Is I get to live every month on what I get from disability because I spent 18 years in the Army.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't really get that when they go, oh, I served. Yeah, that's great. And you went to Afghanistan? Fantastic. Join the VFW.
Yeah.
I met a sergeant major who actually did more deployments than I did. I met an Air Force sergeant E7 who did more deployments than I did. But I think with 4 deployments, I am one of the highest deployed people in the VFW at this point. Having been in 5 different countries. And I wasn't even special operations or special forces or airborne or anything like that. Just a regular guy, a regular fueler, going to 5 different countries in 4 different deployments and just going, there I was. That's what I did.
I'm gonna dip out.
Oh,
not feeling very
man,
good.
why do we keep getting bots?
I have to
Nuts.
dip. You're noticing the bot, not me.
Oh, that's all right, Eastland. Or Eagle Rider. Sorry. It's all right, Eagle Rider. No worries.
I'm doing well.
Hey, get some sleep tonight. Get some sleep.
I want my bed. I'm sick of being in my family's house.
Oh, I'm sorry. When's your husband coming back?
He's here. We need to get back to the house.
Ah, okay.
I'll give you one thing. At least the testing did. The preliminary testing, because the rest of it is, wait lists to get into the special machines to have things tested. Preliminary testing decreased the odds of the lumps being cancerous.
Oh, good.
That's at least something. And did you even see what I said backstage?
I did, yeah. I didn't know it was Oh, okay. Okay, I saw the last comment, not the one that you posted. Sorry. Oh, bed rest. Yeah, that sucks.
So
I
I'm
couldn't
going
imagine
to
being in bed all day and all night. Ugh, that would hurt.
imagine doing it while you're, how shall I say, injured in a very, very sensitive organ,
Right.
severely, and bleeding out. I'm going to go try to rest. Bye.
Okay. Good night.
By Eagle Rider. That's bad.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's life in chronic pain right there. I mean,
Yep.
there's no escape from it, You're even the narcotics, they kind of they dull the pain maybe, or take your brain away from it for a few hours.
Yeah. Well, narcotics does not heal.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so, I feel for those who hurt their knee or hurt their ankle or whatever the case may be. And then they, 6 weeks, 8 weeks later, it's like, okay, well, no injury happened. I can go back to playing basketball and running and exercising every other day and all that stuff. And I go, wow, congratulations. That's fantastic. I'm really happy for you. And then there are those of us who have to walk with a cane or a walker or have a cane nearby. So in case you lose your balance, you can have a cane. And, that's why I had a service dog for a couple of years so that I could lean on the service dog. Unfortunately, he wasn't all that keen on me leaning on him. I was 270 pounds at that time, so I don't blame the dog.
No. Poor dog.
But yeah, some kind of device that you need to get around. There are times when my uncle and I will go down to the nearest town for a doctor's appointment or something, and we'll go to the diner down the street from the hospital, and we'll order food, and I'll sit in the booth, and I'll just be rocking back and forth, hoping that the pain doesn't get too bad. Unfortunately, sometimes it does, and I get up and I start. You've seen people who, maybe I should say it this way, jitter walk, right? Like your muscles are not moving smoothly, so your leg is shaking when you put it in front of you, and your other leg is shaking when you put it in front of you, and your upper body is just going, I hope I don't fall over because I can't move my arm to catch myself. So I'm stutter walking out to the parking lot, hoping I can get to the car before I fall down.
Yeah. I saw that the day you were here.
I imagine most people who end up stutter walking like that have a diagnosis, and I do. I have a diagnosis. It's just that the most recent neurologist said I don't think that's the right diagnosis. And I don't care.
Then give me the right diagnosis.
Exactly. I don't care if it's the wrong diagnosis. Figure out what's happening to me, would you please?
Yeah, really. No, I think doctors, they just don't seem to care, and then all they want to do is push drugs.
You know what? I would take the painkiller drugs. I would, absolutely. But the ones that are designed to slow or stop the progression of multiple sclerosis, I won't take those drugs anymore. There's this one that's advertised on TV, Ocreva or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, it's guaranteed to slow down the progression or slow down the progression in both remitting MS and in progressive MS. And I'm like, it's progressed to the point where I don't want it to slow down anymore. That sounds suicidal on my part, but it's not. I can't run, I can't walk, I can't, I cooked beef stroganoff last night, and today I slept for 12 hours. So, take your choice. Am I really that out of shape after having spent 20 years exercising? I don't think I'm that out of shape after spending 20 years exercising.
No.
So making beef stroganoff, which was really easy compared to a lot of other dishes I've done, and then going, I am exhausted. Oh my God, sleep for 12 hours. Someone explained to me how a man who is a triathlete cannot make a meal and wake up the next day. Explain that to me, would you? Any neurologist out there? Any? Huh? You want to explain to me why I can't make a meal anymore? Why I can't run 2 miles? Why I can't ride a bike anymore? Anyone out there want to explain that to me? Is it all in my head? Is it? Do I need to go to a psychiatrist? Because I've gone to 3 different psychiatrists.
That's bad. Doctors don't care.
Now, admittedly, I went to the psychiatrist for PTSD, but you would think that a psychiatrist would be able to see me walking in with a cane and go, oh, is there something physically wrong with you? And I go, I don't know. There's something, neurologically wrong with me. And one of the neurologists said it's in your head. And the psychiatrist would have gone, well, I don't think it's in your head. Or, well, it is in your head. Let's see if we can do something about that.
Yeah.
None of the above. None of the above. So the neurologist says, I don't know. And the psychiatrist says, I don't know. Who the hell am I supposed to go to now? Because it's a neurological problem.
Yeah. Well, it's like with us. We took Mama to a neurologist, and they wanted her to take a test for Parkinson's. And we said, no, we know it's not Parkinson's. We know this just because she shakes all the time. We knew it was not Parkinson's because
Yeah, but that is a common assumption when you're shaking all the time.
well, we told them they did the test anyway, and then they told us what it was for. After we told them that she didn't need that test. Stupid people. So it's like Nora and Trini and I just got so aggravated.
The medical system in a nutshell, right there.
Yep.
I know in my case, we're looking for zebras. We're looking for zebras. You know, the thought is if you are sick and you go to a doctor, they look for horses, right? Because the horses clop, 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 clop with their hooves and stuff. You don't expect to see a zebra. And that's the joke with medical personnel at this point is like you expect horses and you turn around and you see a zebra. So I am trying to get my doctors to see the zebra instead of the horses.
Yep. It's so ridiculous. So is there anyone still in chat?
Well, there's at least one other person still watching, I think. Yeah, one. So we don't gotta stick around, but I don't think you fully talked about what you wanted to talk about this week.
Well, it's hard on me when I think about how my mom passed.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing. But
Fair
in
enough.
a way, I'm glad she passed because what's going on now, she would not understand that. And she would be more nervous now and crying all the time. And so we thought we'd have at least a few more years with her. But that didn't happen.
Nina, out of experience, I'm going to say this. It is, in my opinion, better that our loved ones pass quickly.
But not the way she did.
Yeah, well, again, you're talking about years of cleaning up after the loved ones that we care for versus a few months in the hospital and gone. Often I've wished for that. Often, a few months in the hospital and gone versus 3 or 4 years cleaning up after a loved one who is failing. I'd go for the 2 or 3 months in the hospital in a heartbeat. It is so much less traumatic. But again, it's something you have to choose for yourself or for the loved ones who don't spend all of that time with the loved one who's dying. And unfortunately, that's happened to me. Well, this is the 4th time now. Just waiting and waiting and cleaning up and cleaning up and waiting and waiting and cleaning up and cleaning up. And it's difficult to be the guy who is always strong and outwardly happy, waiting.
Yeah.
So I do sometimes wish that my relatives would just go faster. Just go faster. It's a terrible thing to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah, both Nora and I talked about it.
Hey, Jedi Bill.
Hey.
We wish that Mama would pass away, but not as soon as she did, and the way she did. I'm the one that saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've this is the 4th time going through it for me, and
Yeah.
honestly, going fast is better than going slow. But again, it's gonna happen regardless. So
Yeah. And Mama wasn't too awfully bad. She would have crying spells, and she didn't know why.
yeah. Yeah.
Mama
You see what happened, Jedi Bill. You left
Yeah.
and we got all morose and stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna blame it on you. It's all your fault.
You know, it's weird that you're. I didn't know that since you're an administrator on my StreamYard, that it shows up in my StreamYard. But it's
Yeah,
it's your
that's still freaking me out too.
I was completely unaware of that.
It's like I added my account today in order to get this on my YouTube channel, and instead of yours, because yours is the only face that popped up when I first brought up StreamYard. So I was like, that ain't right.
Yeah.
so I linked my YouTube channel to it.
Oh,
it looks like we're stuck together forever, I guess.
Right on, brother.
Are you doing Insomniac Soup? Because you're about 10 minutes late for it.
No, if I do one, it will be tomorrow night.
Okay. All right.
Hoping I'll feel better.
Well, aren't you doing
to be perfectly honest with you,
Hmm?
I'd rather keep talking about chronic pain because I'm really frustrated at this point with my neurologist and all that stuff. But I want to keep it fun and light versus morose and heavy, which is what we've been for the last 20 minutes. So, you got any ideas?
Not right now. My head ain't in the right place.
Well, we're coming up on the hour, so I can actually end this.
In the right place?
Well, it's because I'm sick, Nina. You know.
I know that.
We can either end this or we can keep going. It's up to you guys. We're coming up on an hour right now, so either way, I'm
Darius Munchausen is streaming. If you want to stream, join his stream.
Oh, he's going right now.
The Hangout by proxy, yeah.
Ah, all right.
That's another reason why I kind of backed off of Monday. Darius.
Oh, for Darius Munchausen?
All right. Yeah, because he's got his Hangout by proxy, and everybody, if there's anybody, is there. I was just there.
Is that right? All right, let's all go see Darius Munchausen then.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
guys.
Mr.
Definitely.
CCTV,
Nina.
I would like to talk to you. So when you have time one day where we can talk, I would love to talk to you about something.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Maybe later. I don't know. We'll see. I'll give you a call though.
Yeah, you do that.
All right. And with that, everybody, good night.
Good night.
Night.